PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is one of the most beloved battle royale games out there today, and much like many other popular video games, PUBG has its own slew of creepypastas and urban myths that fans have concocted and spread all over the interwebs. So today we're counting those down with our list of the top 10 PUBG creepypastas. But before we begin, major shout out to the sponsor of this video, BlueStacks. BlueStacks 4 allows you to play mobile games on your PC, transforming it into the best mobile gaming device out there. It's got a brand new lightweight launcher, and it's 6 times faster than any phone on earth. It's super simple to set up, makes use of smart resource management, and allows you to play all of your games and accounts simultaneously, all while making use of fluid controls that will enhance your gaming experience way beyond what you could get out of a mobile phone. Plus, it's got the bonus of BlueStacks points that you can earn while you play, which you can redeem for more awesome stuff from the BlueStacks store. Check it out today at BlueStacks.com. The link is also in our video description below. But now on to the creepypastas. Number 10. Glitch in the Battleground. Starting us off, we have a story featured in a video posted by YouTube channel Shadowed Peacemaker called 3 True PUBG Horror Stories. This creepypasta starts off with the player pondering about a glitch that he thinks he suffered while playing the game. Playing with his brother, he was playing as a duo, and in this particular game there were about 50 people left, so he and his brother were camping out in a house, taking out nearby foes, and he was recording the footage of his game. So the player sees a foe in the distance and shoots them, getting a headshot, and feels rather proud that he managed to record it. The player he killed stood out to him though, having a very odd screen name. As he continued to play, he looked at the number of players left, which was still the same, at 50, unchanged despite his kill. He pointed this out to his brother, but his brother didn't think much of it, so they continued playing. Eventually, the player got killed, but at the end of the game, he realized that the person who won the match was the player with the strange screen name that he had taken out earlier on. So he decided to pull up his gameplay footage and figure this out. Turns out that the clip wasn't there. It had completely disappeared. In at number 9, PUBG.exe. If you're familiar with the famous Sonic EXE creepypasta, this one will probably appeal to you. It's a loose adaptation of it. In the story, a player gets a weird unmarked copy of the game on a CD-ROM. They pop it into the computer, and as soon as the loading screen comes up, it starts to glitch. But they continue the game anyway. The server that they're on seems odd. All of the players in it are dressed the exact same way and don't fire back at him when he shoots them or tries to engage in combat. Eventually it's just the player and this one other player left in the game. Eventually they come face to face, and it freaks him out. It's a demonic looking character who moves at super quick speeds. They immediately kill our protagonist's character. The game glitches then, and the match restarts. It's a repeat of what previously happened, with it all leading up to him facing off against the demonic character one-on-one, and being killed. Except in the second time around, their death is more gruesome and more bloody. The game then restarts a third time, and things repeat once more. But at the end of the game this time, the demonic character brutally slays them, and the screen goes black. The demonic player's face then pops up as a jump scare, so the player immediately pulled out the disc, broke it, and threw it in the garbage. I guess problem solved. And at number 8, Suicidal. This creepypasta is similar to our last. It's a story about a weird copy of PUBG that was being passed around. Every time someone would play it, they'd tell their friends that the game was possessed, and that it traumatized them, keeping them up late at night with nightmares. Days later, they would eventually commit suicide. So, eventually, as the story goes, a gamer whose friend had killed themselves after allegedly playing this copy of the game found it, and decided to give it a go. They were off to a good start, coming in within the top 10 spots in all of their matches. But that's when the game started to glitch. Rather than hearing people on their mics as usual, all the player could hear was terrifying noises that sounded like someone being tortured. As the game continued to glitch further, upsetting imagery began to flicker on the screen. This is when the player chickened out. After unsuccessfully trying to shut off their computer, they just pulled out their power cable and ejected the disc, then breaking it into a bunch of little pieces so that it wouldn't haunt anyone else. Now, despite managing to evade death, they did continue to get nightmares for the next year, only seeing the horrible things that flickered in the game. Eey, no thank you. And at number 7, Joyride. This creepypasta is about a player who, during a match, stumbled upon a group of other players driving around in a car. The car stopped in front of him, and he notices that all of the players inside are dressed the same, black outfits with black ski masks. So since they're not shooting at him, he decides to have some fun with this and gets inside of the car with them. The car then goes on a joyride, crashing into other players, having a grand old time. But that's when things begin to get a little odd. The entire joyride, these players have been silent over their mics. Until now. Our hero begins to hear what sounds like screaming. At first, he thinks they're just messing with him, until they begin to play the sounds of a woman screaming. It takes the player a second, but then he realizes why these screams sound so familiar. It sounds like his own mom. Freaked out, he rips off his headphones in real life, only to hear the worst thing possible. His mother is screaming in real life, downstairs below him. And at number 6, Photos. This is the story of a player who is playing in a solo match. Nothing out of the ordinary. He comes up against this one player though, and the two of them do a bit of a dance, shooting at one another neither of them ever quite getting the upper hand, until our protagonist gets a lucky shot, a shot that goes right into the foe's head. Feeling pretty great about himself, he continues to play. That's when his phone starts to go off. He takes a look at the screen, glancing. It's a photo message from a strange number, whose area code he's never seen before. So he quickly opens it up to reveal that the photo is actually a screenshot with his character in it, from the perspective of a different person's computer. Weirded out, he thinks his phone is acting up, but then he gets another text with a different screenshot of his character, and then another. And another. He begins to realize the screenshots are in live time as he stopped moving his character around the map to look at his phone. Then, all of a sudden, someone shoots his player, and he gets knocked out of the game. Of course, a text follows. Except now, rather than a screenshot, when he opens it up, it's a photo of him in real life, the picture being taken from behind him of him sitting in his computer chair. That's when the player realizes that he can hear breathing. Creepy. Up next at 5, Private Server. This creepypasta is about a player who managed to access a private server for PUBG. Wanting to get better at aiming in the game, the player decided to enter this server and goof around a bit, in hopes of bettering himself. No one else was in the server, just him. So, after a while, he decides to walk around a bit and find a new area to shoot at targets. So he moves into a forested area. That's when he spots something odd in the distance. It looks like someone is moving around through the bushes. So he decides to investigate, moving further into the map, and lo and behold, his suspicions were correct. It's another character, moving around. But still, the game tells him that no one else is on this server. So the player begins to track this figure, intrigued, and is eventually led to this odd house in the middle of the woods, something that he's never seen before in the game. He notices that the figure is moving up the stairs inside of the house, so he follows. But once he goes in and gets upstairs, the other player isn't there. Instead, he discovers something more chilling. All over the walls in this house are photos of the player in real life, doing mundane things, from walking down the street to eating lunch at work to sitting at his computer. The player turns his character around in the game, panicking, wanting to get out of that house ASAP. But when he turns around, he sees the mysterious figure, and on the figure's face, a familiar texture appears. It's a photo of his own face, plastered on their head. Speaking of faces, up next at number 4, the face. This one comes from a photo that a player posted online, captured when they were out looting in the fog. The player claims to have been playing PUBG late at night and was streaming their game. They weren't an overly popular streamer, but still loved doing it. Anywho, when they played, they kept hearing strange noises coming from outside their window, to the point where they even got up to peek outside real quick. That's when things started to get weird in the game. They started to glitch, and each time it glitched, they would hear a new noise coming from outside their window in real life. But every time they looked, there was nothing outside. Finally, the glitching got so bad that they had to shut off their computer. Upon doing so, they heard another noise outside their window, a scratching noise that sounded like someone was clawing the wood outside. Getting to look up for a split second, they swore they saw a face of someone looking back at them in the dark. But when they got to the window, no one was there. The next day, as they were screaming through their footage, about to post it up on YouTube, they noticed something odd. A texture outside of the window that looked like a face. The same one that they thought that they had seen from their very own window. Up next, number 3, PUBG Saved My Life. Another one from the 3 Scary Tale video that we talked about earlier. This player in this story is having a regular night playing PUBG, wearing their headset, which cancelled out any noise around them. All of his doors were locked and he knew he was home alone. It was around 2 AM when he decided to call it a night. He takes off his headset and turns off the game, turning around to see that his door is open. He's like, okay, I'm pretty sure I closed that. So he goes downstairs and sees his dog roaming around in a bit of a panic. Normally at this hour his dog would be asleep in another room. So when he gets downstairs he realizes something terrible, that his house is a mess. It looks like it's been robbed. Freaking out, he calls the cops and starts cleaning up the apartment, but that's when he realized that the thieves didn't actually take anything. His new laptop was still there, and a cupboard that had some jewelry in it was open, but the jewelry was still there. So what were they after? 10 minutes later the cops arrive. This is when his girlfriend also gets home. Usually she works a night shift, and upon seeing what happened to the house, she was furious that he didn't notice what had happened while he was playing the game. Early in the morning, after the police had left, him and his girlfriend managed to get some sleep. But that day, he gets a call from the cops, and they tell him that they found the suspect they were looking for. When asking how they got him so quickly, the cops told him something chilling, that after the criminal had broken into his house, he hit up one down the road with a full family in it, who were asleep. When the family woke up and disturbed him rummaging through their items, he stabbed them all to death, killing all 4 of them, and laid with their bodies in the house for 12 hours. The cops believe that the protagonist had disturbed the criminal that night, he would have likely shared the same fate. And at number 2, One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall. This story tells of a kid who finally got PUBG. He had been frustrated about playing Fortnite, always losing in the game, so he decided to switch over to the other popular battle royale shooter, and see if he liked it better. Being broke though, he had no means of actually paying for this game, but eventually he stumbled upon a site offering the game for free. Now initially he thought it was probably just a scam, so he scrolled down and read read the comments, which read, "Don't play this game, it's very dangerous." Now he was curious, so he decided to download it anyway. Eventually, when it was done and he loaded it up, the only option the game gave him was to play, which brought him to a cutscene. Now obviously PUBG doesn't have any cutscenes, so he was kind of intrigued by all this. The scene depicted a bunch of boats heading to an island, with text that read, "One shall stand, one shall fall." Then the game just started. A little bit confused, the player just kinda kept walking around, and then eventually found something odd, a corpse hanging from a tree with a knife buried into its skull. Then, to his surprise, out of his control, his character went up to the corpse, stuck its hand into its body, and then pulled out the knife in its head. The player tried to quit the game, but it didn't work. Then he tried turning off his computer. That also didn't work. So he decided to just finish the game, in hopes of the game eventually turning off that way. Gaining control of his player, he started moving around some more. That's when he came across another player in the game. But once again, his player character decided to go out of his control and started slashing at this character with the knife. The character fell to the ground screaming. Eventually, his player character came back into his control once more. That's when he was attacked by another character. They shot at him and he fell to the ground, but his character wasn't done yet. As the enemy came up to him, he tried to attack him once more, but the player character jumped up and snapped that character's neck, out of this kid's control once more. Then the game started acting up. A title appeared on the screen that read, "Well done. Now let's have some fun." His computer then shut off on its own. The next day, the game was completely gone from his computer. He went to the website to see if the link was still there. Nothing. That's when he heard a knock. Peeking outside of his house's window, he was shocked to see that a man was out by his front door, dressed almost identically to his PUBG character. And what was he holding? A knife. And finally, in at number 1, Dead Chicken Dinner. This story follows a gamer who started playing PUBG, and had been enjoying the game for about 3 weeks when this odd occurrence happened. During one match, he was playing as part of a 4-man squad, and 2 of his teammates were killed immediately. 15 minutes into the game, his other teammate, who in the story he refers to as David, begins screaming into his mic, shouting profusely. David then goes dark, and then gets killed off, but David is still communicating with him over his mic. So our protagonist manages to take out members of the other team for the most part until it's just him and one left. All he wants is that winner winner chicken dinner. And the foe on his mic is really trying to get under his skin with insults. Our protagonist manages to knock that player out with a headshot. The other player goes quiet all of a sudden, so our protagonist decides to taunt him, saying, "What's the matter? Not so big now, are you?" After another moment of silence, the foe responds, saying that his name is uncommon and not one that you could pluck out of a hat, and then recites our protagonist's address, saying, "I'll see you soon." The protagonist and his buddies, still listening, begin to freak out. The player decides to shut off his computer and go to bed. A few days later, a package comes in the mail for him. He opens it up, and inside, it's a decapitated chicken. There's also a note attached to its back that reads, "How's this for your winner winner?" Yeah, no thanks. Alright, there we have it friends. Which creepypasta freaked you out the most? Let us know in those comments below. If you dug this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more gaming creepypastas. Also, once more, major shout out to our sponsor for this video, gaming platform BlueStacks 4. Be sure to check them out in the video description below. In the meantime though, thanks for watching everybody. I'll catch you all in the next video.